resign by text? That is weak. They give you same-day notice. I hate that. Have you guys ever had that? Raise hands. Right? Who is their parents? Some of them don't even show up at all. And here's the big one. Here's the big one. Do not call, do not show. Who likes that? I hate that. But thankfully, I've gotten over it. Now, here's a little bit of the heart of the message for this morning. Here's the deal, the dealio. You know what the sad thing is that for people who have conniptions, they got to start all over again. Yeah? So they quit here, then go somewhere else. They quit there, they go someone else. For many of us that see a lot of these resumes, these guys are littered with jobs. It takes 4 pages to summarize the 30-minute cup of coffees that they've had at various employers. It's a complete reboot. Time is lost, and there is a further, more importantly, right, a further delay in their plans and meeting their goals. You know, I want to show you something which is pretty interesting. So what do you think? No. This is a representation of all of the employees that have been here over 10 years. We have 209 employees. 12 of them have been with us over 10 years. 31 of them have been with Balboa over 5 years, and half of our employee base, 91 I think, 93 Balboans have been here 2 years or longer. If you look at the next slide, 46 of our 209 employees have been promoted. Of the people that have been promoted, they have been promoted an average of almost 2.5 times. If you go even further, there are 13 people, possibly 14 real soon, that are on their second tour with Balboa. I was talking to one of our very important customers most recently. And he said, I said, you know, why do we have the lion's share of your business? Because we were relatively new with them. We only started doing business in December. And you know what he said? He said, it's because you guys act like the incumbent. You know, I've heard Pat Burns say this so many times, and I know he's calling in remote from his vacation. Aren't you assured of that? One of the things that Pat always says is we're not perfect. But then he goes on to say, and I think that this is very cultural to our company, you guys, and I find a lot of encouragement in that, is that we're not perfect, but we get better every day. You know, when we have a large client, one of the things that I really appreciate about our operations and our operations management people is that when we get real close with a client, everybody puts their, when that fish gets really close to the boat, I see everybody put their hand in the water. And that's a lot, culturally, of who we are at Balboa Nation. We're not perfect, but we get better every day. And so when I look at representations like this, here's what I always think, is that Balboa Capital can be not only the platform for folks that you see up here, but it can also be the platform for all of us, for all of you, especially a lot of you that are relatively new in the company. Because this company applauds excellence. This company, unlike a lot of companies, promotes based on results. Promotes rather than on just tenure or politics. You know, when I think about who Balboa is, it's absent of ego. We work very well together. Again, we're not perfect, right? And we provide financing solutions to small and medium businesses. We are a small and medium business, you guys, and we provide real solutions to small and medium businesses too. There's nobody that has better technology than us, either from a self-serve end user standpoint, a private label end user standpoint, a portal to help serve on the customer service side, and you'll see it today, as well as all of the systems that we use and the portal that we provide to our vendor partners too. And then lastly, I don't know of another marketing department that acts like an ad agency, where we work diligently. Last I heard, a lot of the small business segment people receive about 10 to 12 leads per day. So we're the company that serves small and medium businesses. We're the company that provides solutions, and we're the ones that try to do everything we can to be agile and say yes more often than not. Well, isn't it timely that because we're in California, I thought I'd use a grass and water analogy. And I'm going to leave you with some quotes. I thought you guys would just guffaw with that. It's sensitive, right? Water and grass. Well, anyway, let me just leave you with 3 quotes. First of all, now remember now, we're talking about conniptions, and we're talking about who we are and why we need to just cool out a little bit and take full advantage of the opportunity. So here's the quote. If the grass looks greener on the other side, it's probably AstroTurf. You saw it downstairs, right? We have AstroTurf. That's amazing to me. I want that too. If the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, you can bet the water bill is higher. And my personal favorite, there were tons of these. This is by Little Richard. Anybody remember Little Richard? No, you're too young. Ha! And I'd like to give my love to everybody and let them know that the grass may look greener on the other side, but believe me, it's just as hard to cut. That was a sympathy laugh, I just know it. All right. So here's the thing that I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the economy. I don't want to talk about what all the pundits are saying. I don't want to talk about business being down, because you know what the solution is for that? What is it? So, make more calls. If you're on the vendor side, see more dealers. So before I pass it off to Rob, I just leave you with that, with this, and I speak to the people that I normally speak to, which are relatively new in their career or just starting to establish themselves at Balboa. Plant yourself deep, yeah? I mean, if you don't do it here, I mean, this is a platform that will applaud you for excellence. For people like Galen, who's in the house from Dallas-Fort Worth, one of the things that's very important to him is that we're very good at the fundamentals. This is a good place for you. It's not always going to be easy, but this is the platform that you can dig deep, plant yourself deep, and cultivate a career of long-term success.